Hello and welcome everyone. I'm the Upper Down, aka Tud, and today we're going to be continuing our Slay the Spire gameplay here. In the last couple of episodes, I played as the Ironclad and the Silent. Now I'm going to do a play through here as the Defect. Let's take a look at what the Great Whale has here for us. Choose a card, obtain a random common relic, take damage but gain some gold, or lose the starting relic and obtain a random boss relic. Hard to say when we'll hit our first shop and whether 21 damage will be a lot or not. Let's take our chances here with the random common relic. We have obtained Happy Flower. Every 3 turns gain 1 mana. That's actually a pretty good relic to have, especially starting out. We do have a shop here, not a whole lot of money to work with, so let us instead look for some fires here. We definitely want to hit the mini boss here to get our piece of the key. We have yet another fire here, followed by 4 question marks. Let's see what the game has in store for us. 2 minor enemies to start. Let's go ahead and put some defense on here. We'll strike at the one in the back to activate its curl ability. That will remove that as an issue for next turn. Play a defend here, get another zap going. Let's go ahead and double defend here. I don't think I'll be able to take either of them out. Another 3 damage. Let's go ahead and channel another zap. Take out the enemy in the back, and damage the one in the front. Alright, we were able to defeat the enemy there before it could use its ability. Gambler's Brew. Discard any number of cards and then draw that many. We also have a couple of card options here that are worth taking. Turbo for the extra mana, Capacitor for the extra orb slots. I'm going to start out with Turbo here. Having access to that with a very small number of cards is always good. Comes up much faster. Match and Keep. A gremlin is madly shuffling cards on a table. This monster seems to be a harmless one. You approach him out of curiosity. 12 cards. Match them to keep them. 5 tries. No do-overs. Are you ready? Let's start. Alright, so we have 5 attempts to match some cards here. Whatever we match, we get to keep. We have an injury here. Definitely don't want to match that card. Core Surge. We have Fusion here. Blind. We found the other injury card. We have Zap. Fantastic, we were able to match that. We have Fusion here. Go ahead and pick that card up as well. You completed the gremlin's game, and look up. He disappeared. Alright, so we could go left here. There are 2 monster fights and a shop. Or we could go right here. There's a question mark and 2 monster fights. Let's go ahead and go left here for the chance at something good from the shop. Alright, Turbo on the first turn, not ideal. He's going to go ahead and channel his incantation. This will give him 3 strength at the end of every turn. Every one of his turns, I should clarify. Let's go ahead and play both of our zaps here. And a defend. 1 damage we'll take. He's now going to do 9 damage. Let's go ahead and play Turbo here. Alright. Recursion, evoke an orb and rechannel it. Streamline, deal 15 damage, reduce the card's cost by 1 for the combat. And Barrage, deal 4 damage for each orb channeled. Let's go ahead and pick up Streamline here. That card will pay for itself. Let's see what the shop has to offer. Unfortunately, we can't afford any of the relics. We could pick up Capacitor to gain 2 extra orb slots, or Sunder to deal 24 damage. Let's go ahead and get them both. Alright, into the next fight here. Let's go ahead and channel a Lightning, play a Defend, and Strike. 6 damage we'll take. Go ahead and Streamline. We'll play Capacitor. And Dual Cast. Alright, we have Hologram here. Gain 3 block, put a card from your discard back into your hand. Very nice, especially upgraded, so it does not exhaust. We have Claw, which will deal damage and increase the damage of all other cards with its name. Scrape does a little bit of everything. Deal 7 damage, draw 4 cards, discard all cards that do not cost 0. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Hologram here. Having access to your discard pile is definitely a must. We have access to the Ruby Key here. We do need to get that eventually, so let's go ahead and pick that up now. Into our next question mark room here. 18 damage we have to think about. No block. Go ahead and play a Zap here, then we'll use Gambler's Brew. Get rid of all 3 of those. Hopefully some block comes our way. Fantastic. Won't be able to block the full brunt of this, but most of it at least. Five damage, we can deal with that. Let's go ahead and use Sunder here. That will take the enemy out and give us our mana back. Enemy in the back is almost at half health. Unfortunately, I have been entangled. I cannot play attacks this turn. Let us go ahead and play Fusion. Well, I'll go ahead and use Zap. Let's go ahead and play Hologram here. I will get my Zap back. Go ahead and use Turbo. And that will win us the fight. Could get another capacitor here for 2 more orb slots. Kill, which will channel a Frost to give us block each turn, and Rebound. Deal 9 damage, put the next card you play this turn on top of your draw. Sure, why not? Alright. 50 health going into the mini-boss here. The mini-boss will, at the end of each turn, heal 3 health. Have to be careful here. Let's go ahead and use Streamline to start, reduce its cost. Got the boss down to 60 health. Looks like 6 damage coming my way. Go ahead and defend. I'm gonna block half of it. Unfortunately, my orb channeling cards do count as skill cards, so he will gain strength every time I play one of those. And I have to play those in order to build up my lightning. Let's go ahead and play a rebound here for the damage. Then we'll play Zap. That card will go back to our hand, or draw pile, I should say. This is going to hurt. 18 damage. Alright, we have to beat him this turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and channel another lightning here. And that'll do it. Unfortunately, our health is down to 27. We have picked up Molten Egg. Whenever you add an attack into your deck, upgrade it. Very good to get early on. Barrage Plus. Deal 6 damage for each channeled orb. Consume. Gain 2 focus, but lose an orb slot. And Chill. Let's go ahead and use Consume here. We have a card to give us an extra 2 orb slots, so Consume will help us build more focus. Let's go ahead and open our chest here. Toxic Egg or the Sapphire Key. Toxic Egg, whenever you add a skill into your deck, upgrade it. That is challenging. There are lots of skill cards that I would like to have access to. Let's go ahead and take the Sapphire Key here. Now we no longer have to worry about the key fragments for the duration. Let's go ahead and rest. That'll put us back at 49 health. Now to see what all the question mark rooms have in store for us. The Serpent. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Oh, hello. What have we got here? Hello, adventurer. I ask a simple question. The most fulfilling of lives is that in which you can buy anything. Do you agree? Gain 175 gold but become cursed with doubt. Or we can simply disagree. The doubt card will give us 1 week at the end of our turn every time we draw it. So let us disagree here. The serpent stares at you with a look of extreme disappointment. Alright, no negatives there. And of course we get a shop right afterwards. At the start of your turn, add a random common card into your hand. That's a nice power card to have access to. Charge battery for 7 block and 1 mana. We have hologram here. All of our damage cards will start out upgraded. Claw Plus. Flash of Steel, 0 cost. Deal 6 damage, draw 1 card. I think the best pickup option here is going to be Charge Battery for the block and mana. That puts us at 18 gold remaining. We cannot afford anything, so we'll simply move on. World of Goop. You fall into a puddle. It's made of slime goop. Frantically, you claw yourself out over several minutes as you feel the goop starting to burn. You can feel goop in your ears, goop in your nose, goop everywhere. Climbing out, you notice that some of your gold is missing. Looking back to the puddle, you see your missing coins. combined with gold from unfortunate adventurers, mixed together in the puddle. Well, you could either lose 18 gold, which is everything that I have, or gain 75 but lose 11 health. Given that there are still 2 more question marks and boss right after, I am instead just going to give up on the gold. You decide that mess is not worth it. Ah, fantastic, a chest. And one of my favorite relics. Start each combat with an additional mana. Mind if we do? Let us go ahead and upgrade a card here. If we upgrade Consume, we get 3 focus for every 1 orb we get rid of. Capacitor will give us 3 orbs if we upgrade it. Turbo will give us 3 mana. Right now I don't have a lot of expensive cards to have to worry about. Let's go ahead and increase the focus we get from consuming orb slots. Alright, let's go ahead and use Rebound here. We'll get a couple of zaps going. Unfortunately, I will not be able to deal any additional damage to him this turn without any mana. 9 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and play Charge Battery. I wonder, if I play Consume here, will that lightning trigger? It will not. Let's go ahead and play Turbo here. Then we'll use Hologram. We only have 1 mana remaining. Let's go ahead and get to Charge Battery here for the additional mana next turn. Plenty of block. $16 damage incoming. If I attack this turn, I will take Thorn damage. That will remove some of my block. Alright, so we definitely want to go ahead and play Capacitor here for the extra orb slots. 4 mana remaining. Let's go ahead and play Fusion into Zap and Defend. Still gonna take 15 damage here. Let us go ahead and play Rebound into Zap so we can get that back next turn. Unfortunately, all my block comes when I do not need it. Nine damage he's about to do. Let's go ahead and charge Battery. Unfortunately, I don't have access to any good cards to work with at the moment. We will simply let the turn pass. He will deal 2 damage. Next turn he's set to do 16. We need to defend first off. $24 damage is too much to pass up on. Let's go ahead and use Consume for 3 additional focus. Alright. We are going to take 14 damage here. Still alive. But not for long. I unfortunately do not have enough block to survive this. Alright, perhaps the plasma in my deck was not a good idea. Alright. We have fallen. Let us try once more. See what the whale has to offer. A random card, 100 gold. Remove 2 cards or obtain a random boss relic in exchange for ours. Let's go ahead and go with the gold here. Hopefully we run into a shop early on. The mini-boss we want to fight is off to the far left here. There is a shop about halfway up the map. So let us start on the far left and work our way up the left side. Let's go ahead and use defend here, and we will double strike the enemy in front. Three damage. Let's go ahead and channel another lightning here. Down to 11 health. Just gonna go ahead and weaken my defense. That won't be a concern to us. We're about to win. Alright, what do we have here? Turbo for extra mana. Double energy. And go for the eyes. Apply 1 weak, deal 3 damage. Turbo is direct mana, but double energy is also nice. Let's go ahead and pick up Turbo here. Let's take our chances with the question mark rooms. Another World of Goop. We either lose 35 gold or lose 11 health and gain 75. Let's go ahead and take the gold. Feeling the sting of the goop as the prolonged exposure starts to melt away at your skin, you manage to fish out the gold. Wonderful. Big fish. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. No, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There is a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do? You can heal 25 health, gain +5 max health, or obtain a relic, but become cursed with regret. Regret will cause you to lose HP equal to the number of cards in your hand at the end of your turn. I think we'll go ahead and increase our max health here. You eat the donut. It really hits the spot. Your max HP increases. Alright, into the combat here. We have a relatively weaker enemy. Looks like he's going to start out with 11 damage. Let's go ahead and play our hand here. We're going to hold on to Turbo. I think dual cast would be in my best interest this turn. We will be taking 6 damage here. Alright. Let's go ahead and strike before he applies his armor. Gonna take 2 damage. Need 16 to finish this, and we have that. Alright. Got some gold, dexterity, and a couple options here. We have a boot sequence. Starts out in your hand at the beginning of combat. Gain 10 block. Recursion. Evoke your next orb and channel it again. And then my favorite of the three, defragment. Gain 1 focus. Let's go ahead and pick that card up. Now, we definitely want to fight the mini-boss here on the first floor. Let's go ahead and take our chances with the question mark room here. Scrap Ooze. Alright, another one where we have to risk our health for a relic. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and the grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light. Perhaps something magical? It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. Alright, let's see how many attempts this takes. We got it on the first try. Potion Belt. Upon pickup, gain 2 potion slots. We can now hold 5 total potions. Success. After rummaging through the metal and burning acid, you finally grab hold of a relic and yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze, damaged, but rewarded. Alright, I think I'm okay with 55 health here going into the mini-boss, so we are going to go ahead and pick up the ruby key. Alright, into the mini-boss here. Alright, so we have 8 metallicize on the enemy here. It will gain 8 block at the end of each turn. It is currently asleep, and it will stay that way for 3 turns. Don't have to worry about lightning removing that. Alright, defragment. That's what I was hoping to gain access to. Let's go ahead and apply that. These lightnings will now do 4 damage each. I believe that will be enough to wake the boss, so let's go ahead and do that ourselves. $18 damage. I can block 10 of that. Alright, we will take 8 damage here. Another 18. Down to 39 health. We have the boss down below half health. Looks like we will take 6 damage this turn. He is just slowly whittling away our health bar. I'm just going to defend each turn, let the lightning do its job. Channel another lightning here. I should be able to finish this on the next turn. Alright. War Paint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. We don't have a lot of skills here. Hopefully it picks Turbo. Fantastic. Emerald Key. Got our Liquid Bronze for Thorns. And a couple of choices here. Overclock, draw 2 cards, but add a burn into your discard. Multicast, evoke your next orb X number of times. Auto Shields, if you have no block, gain 11. let's go ahead and pick that card up. Most of my playthroughs seem to end because I don't have enough block. The Serpent, once again. Gain 175 gold, but become cursed with doubt, or simply leave. Well, given the way our deck is structured at the moment, and the amount of gold we currently have, let us simply move on from that. Alright, we have 73 gold. The Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card to your deck, upgrades, or obtain the Sapphire Key. Do we have access to any more chests? Not in this run, but we will in the next. I do want to pick up Frozen Egg here. Power cards are very powerful, as the name implies, so automatically upgrading them is just too much to pass up. Alright, the Cleric. A strange blue humanoid with a golden helm approaches you with a huge smile. Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services? The creature shouts loudly. You could pay 35 gold to heal 20 health, 50 gold to remove a card or leave. Let's go ahead and pay the gold to heal. A warm golden light envelops your body and dissipates. The creature grins. Cleric best healer. Have a good day. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next question mark room here. And it is a combat. Enemy in the front is going to do 5 damage. Let's go ahead and defend to block that. Channel a lightning here, and let's strike the enemy in the back to trigger his curl up ability. No need to use any of my potions here, I don't think. Fully blocked. And he has increased his strength. He has 7 health. Shouldn't be much of a problem to take him out. Going to block the enemy in the front. Well, if I block the enemy in the front and I strike the enemy in the back, there's a chance my lightning won't hit him. So I think it's worth taking the 5 damage here to ensure that I don't have to worry about the enemy in the back. We are down to 42 health. Hello World is upgraded. It will start out in our hand at the beginning of combat. Steam Barrier for 6 block, or Cold Snap for 6 damage and 1 frost. Let's go and pick up Hello World. Starting out with an upgraded power card in your hand is not a bad thing at all. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat with this card in your hand. Having access to auto shields right away would probably be the best outcome. If your HP is at or below 50%, at the end of combat heal 12. I kind of need that more, I think. So once we pick that up, that puts us at 133 gold remaining. We could pick up an upgraded loop. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next orb 2 times. Now we have 55 remaining. We can pick up a charge battery here. Gain block, gain 1 mana at the start of next turn. And that will be it for this shop. Let's go to the fire here. What can we upgrade? We can upgrade Defragment to do 2 focus instead of 1. Auto shields to do 15 block instead of 11. Let's go and upgrade Defragment here for the extra focus. Into the question mark room here, we have another combat. 7 damage coming our way. Let's go ahead and play Hello World. I'm going to play Turbo here so I can play my entire hand. 32 health remaining on the enemy. He has decreased our attack for next turn. Let's go ahead and play auto shields here. Draw one card for each unique orb you have. We only have one, but that is still one card. Go ahead and play loop. We have enough blocks, so let's go ahead and strike. I am not going to play dual cast here. I want to make sure I have my orbs, so it will be triggered by loop. Now at the start of my turn, it will deal lightning damage twice. I've also now gained Defragment Plus, as well as my Zap. We have 5 damage from each, and on my start of my next turn, it will also strike again. Let's go ahead and pop the Dexterity Potion here, so we can fully block the damage the enemy would deal. And now the lightning will finish him off. Hello World upgraded again. Why not? Heading into the first boss here, I may want to upgrade auto shields. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade charge battery here for the extra block that would provide. We have 2 Hello Worlds. Let's go ahead and play them both. Unfortunately, I drew auto shields on my first turn here, and he is not going to be attacking me. Let's go ahead and play Liquid Thorns. Hopefully my Hello Worlds give me access to something that will help me out this turn. We've gained Cold Snap, that will channel Frost, which will give us some block. We have access to Loop. Let's go ahead and play Defragment here to give ourselves some more power. And then if we do cast our next orb, unfortunately that will not do what I was hoping it would. We were 10 damage short. Alright, Cool-Headed will channel 1 Frost, allow us to draw an extra card. Charge Battery to help us out next turn. Let's go ahead and play a Hologram here to get Turbo. Now we can deal some damage. Alright, the enemy is intending to attack, so we can use Go for the Eyes here. That will apply 1 weak. Go ahead and strike, and play our defend. That should block all the incoming damage. Nothing else to really play at the moment. $16 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and weaken him once again, down to 12. Go ahead and play Cool-Headed here, draw a card. We have access to another defend. Go ahead and play Cold Snap here, this will channel 1 Frost, giving us the additional block from that. We have yet another Cold Snap. That puts us at 13, that is enough to block the full damage. In addition to the normal block we get from just having those up. Another 8 for free. Charge battery here. Actually, I think rebound into charge battery would be better. That helps us out next turn. Deal 4 damage for each channeled orb. Go ahead and do that. $20 damage, all of it being blocked. He receives 3 damage for each strike he made against him. Gained yet another barrage here. Go for the eyes, unfortunately would not apply weak this time around. Let's go ahead and play charge battery. Well, actually, rebound first into charge battery. We will use barrage now. Should have used beam cell first, but that's fine. I think I'm going to avoid playing any zaps for now. Having this block up is probably the best option for this particular fight. Let's go ahead and apply some weak. He's going to do 6 damage now. Let's go ahead and play cool-headed here. Into cold snap. Charge battery for next turn. And let's deal some damage. $16 damage. Let's go ahead and apply some more damage here and get access to some more armor. Streamline here would give us some more damage. Let's go ahead and play dual cast and cool-headed. Down to 79 health on the boss. 20 damage he's looking to do. Alright, we have access to some block here. Alright, we have more than enough block to work with. Down to 40 health on the boss. We've gained a rebound here. Let us go ahead and rebound into a charge battery next turn. We'll play cool-headed here to... Well, I don't necessarily need to channel another frost this turn. Let's instead use sweeping beam. That did not work out the way I was hoping that it would. That's fine. We can make do with what we have. Go for the eyes here. Let's go ahead and apply some vulnerable as well. Deal some lightning damage. And some frost damage. And finish him off. We've gained some gold, Essence of Steel for 4 plated armor, and 3 cards we can choose from. Deal 26 damage to all enemies, but you lose 3 focus, multicast, and Seek. Put a card from your draw into your hand. I always love having the access to that. We have Calling Bell. Upon pickup, obtain a unique curse among 3 relics. Philosopher's Stone. Gain mana at the start of your turn. All enemies start with 1 strength. And Elite enemies drop an additional relic when defeated. Let's go ahead and pick up the Calling Bell here. It will give us a curse, but 3 relics is definitely worth it. Unplayable, cannot be removed from the deck, so it simply removes 1 card from your hand, essentially. We have Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Repair. Upon pickup, raise your max health by 10. And Gambling Chip. At the start of each combat, discard any number of cards and then draw that many. That'll help us out a lot when we end up drawing a bunch of block as the enemy is not attacking, or vice versa. Let's see where the best pathway would be. Down the far right side, we have access to 2 fires and a shop early on. Another shop here down the middle. Yes, I think that is the pathway we will take. Let's go ahead and fight 3 monsters into the shop and make our way down the middle. Anything we want to replace here? Let's go ahead and trade out our shield cards. Fantastic. We got exactly what we needed. Let's go ahead and play Hello World. We'll pop Turbo. 2 defragments, channel another zap, and strike. $49 block he has now, 10 damage he's looking to do. Let's go ahead and play Loop here. I have Charge Battery in my draw. I could pull that out. That would block the full amount of the damage. Let's go ahead and do that. I do not have Rebound in my deck. That was something that was being provided to me by Hello World. Let's go ahead and use Charge Battery. And we will deal some damage, try to remove some more of that block. Down to 33 now. Fully blocked. 20 damage coming around this time. Deal 7 damage, draw 1 card for each unique orb you have. I only have Lightning at the moment. Go ahead and play Essence of Steel here to get some extra block. Get my defend started. Not a lot of block, but I should be able to block half of this. $10 damage this time around. And we have enough to defeat the enemy. White Noise. Add a random power card to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Reinforced Body. Gain 7 block, X number of times. And Rep Program. Lose 1 focus, gain 1 strength and dexterity. Let's go ahead and pick up White Noise here. I like the idea of having additional power cards to work with. $10 damage incoming. Definitely want to have some block here. I have auto shields though that will automatically block everything I need to worry about. Let's see what else we can get to work with. Turbo, fantastic. Let's go ahead and start off with both of those. See what power card we get. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and trigger Loop. And then Turbo. That'll give us our block and a little bit of damage. $12 damage incoming. We have Beam Cell here for 3 damage and 1 vulnerable. Let's go ahead and start out with that. Get Defragment started. Charged Battery. We have access to a Zap here. Let's go ahead and pull that. Unfortunately, it won't be enough to block the full amount of damage. But we are at least now starting to wear out the plated armor that he has on. Or, I should say, the armor that he's getting from plated armor is being worn down each turn. beam cell here for the vulnerable. Go ahead and strike a couple of times. That'll remove some of that armor. Another 12 damage incoming. That'll give us 6. 11. Block the full amount here. $36 health remaining, 18 damage incoming this turn. Now seems like a great time to use Turbo. Go ahead and use Charge Battery here to get at least some block out of this. Get our Zap started. And Streamline. We'll take 6 damage here. Block Potion for 12 block. Tempest. Channel X Lightning and Exhaust. Chaos. Channel 2 random orbs. Ball Lightning. Deal 7 damage, channel 1 lightning. Chaos starting out upgraded is nice. Tempest is usually the way that I go though. Especially when you already have a card to build additional mana. Chaos being as cheap as it is, I feel like that's worth picking up. Especially since it does not exhaust at the end of your turn. Let's go ahead and remove the bell. We are going to be looking at some damage being taken here. Alright, we drew almost exactly what we needed. Let's go ahead and use Seek here to pull Turbo. Go ahead and play Auto Shields, that'll block the damage from the enemy in the back. Charge Battery for next turn, and strike on the enemy in the front. Six damage now from the enemy in the front. We'll go ahead and play Loop into White Noise. Start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. Fantastic. Let's get some damage started here. And see what we can channel with Chaos. Alright, we did not get any block there, so we will go ahead and use the Block Potion. He's going to go ahead and give us a Hex. Whenever we play non-attacks, we will get a Daze card put into our draw pile. Defragment here to increase the benefit of our orbs. Go ahead and channel a Lightning here. Steam Barrier, we have 2 of them, so we can make use of that. Let's go ahead and play another one here for the full block. Alright, just the enemy in the back now to deal with. He's gained 3 strength, looking to do 21 damage. Let's go ahead and play Turbo here for the 2 mana. Give ourselves some block. Channel a Lightning and use our Darkness Orb. Should have played Compile Driver first. Now that I think about it, it would have given me 2 cards to draw instead of 1. Unfortunately, I do not have enough to defeat the enemy here, I don't believe. Ah, I take that back. We have 1. Go for the Eyes would start out upgraded, 4 damage, 2 weak. Cool-Headed to channel Frost and draw a card, or Hologram. Do I currently have a hologram? I do not. Alright, into the shop with 168 gold. You cannot remove the curse card through the shop, so that will have to stay. If you end your turn without block, gain 6. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage. Whenever you play a power, attack, and skill in the same turn, remove all of your debuffs. That is a very powerful pickup. Do I currently have a capacitor in my deck? I do not. That could be worth picking up. Exhaust a card, gain mana equal to its cost. Force Field costs 1 less for each power card played this combat, gain 12 block. I would like to pick up Orichalcum here for the 6 block if I end my turn without block. But I would also like to get the capacitor for more orb slots. Let's go ahead and pick up the Orichalcum here. That makes it less dangerous to not have block. We're going to go ahead and proceed up here. We have 15 damage incoming. See what we draw. Another defend, okay. Let's go ahead and play Seek here to pull out Turbo. $21. That will be enough. Now, if only I had Thorns on. White noise for our power card. And it's a defragment. Fantastic. We have Hologram here. We can pull a card from the discard back into our hand. And I think now is a great time to do that. We'll pull Turbo here. Get another Lightning Channeled. Pile Driver. And Chaos. Go ahead and get a leap started. Now I will not take any damage this turn. And we have the enemy in the front at 7 health. I've just been cursed. Now any skill card will put a curse into my draw. Let's go ahead and get a loop started. Charge battery for next turn. Get cool headed out. Unfortunately, I have run out of mana, so we'll simply end turn here. I see my Dark Orb is building up. It's built up now to 42 damage. We have access to 2 holograms. I don't have anything in my discard pile yet, though. That gives us 11. We'll take 5 damage here. Alright, we have Rebound. Let's go ahead and play Rebound into Cool Headed, and that will finish him off. Focus Potion, gain 2 focus. We have Static Discharge. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel 2 Lightning. Aggregate, gain mana for every 4 cards in your draw. And Sunder for damage and mana if it defeats an enemy. Let's go ahead and pick up Static Discharge here. It's a cheap power that will give us 2 extra lightning. Let's go ahead and Smith here. Let's go ahead and upgrade Seek so it pulls 2 cards now instead of 1. Into our shop. Can't afford much The only thing I can pull is Steam Barrier here for some block. Do we have access to another shop down the road? We do not. Okay, so let us go ahead and pick up Steam Barrier here. Next fire, we're going to go ahead and upgrade once again. Let's go ahead and upgrade Hologram so it does not exhaust when used. Next chest here, we're going to go ahead and... we could pick the Smiling Mask. The Merchant's card removal service now always costs 50, or the Sapphire Key. Sapphire Key is much better than the Smiling Mask. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, if we go north here, we get access to a fire, but we have 3 fights. Unfortunately, that is the best option. Everywhere else has more fights than that. Let's go ahead and smith once again here. We could get Zap for 1 lightning at no cost. Alright, 3 enemies here. They're all going to cast a ritual on themselves. See what we get now. 2 defends. Unfortunately, not the hand that I was looking for. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some focus. The ideal power card now would be one that allows my lightning to hit all enemies. That would be the ideal, but unfortunately I do not have access to that at the moment. Let's go ahead and strike the enemy in the front here, giving him weak. We will strike him again, giving him... I'm sorry. We struck him first to give him vulnerable, second to give him weak. Let's go and play White Noise for Static Discharge. Let's go ahead and get Chaos going. Not ideal at all. We have blocked the first 2 enemies. We will take 6 damage here. We have channeled 1 lightning though. Let's go ahead and play Static Discharge. Pull out Charge Battery. What do we have access to in the discard here? We could pull out another Chaos. Get 2 more out of it. We've gained now 4 mana from channeling our 2 orbs. Let's go ahead and use Seek to pull Defragment and Loop. Go ahead and play both of those. And Recursion. We have 15 block now. Unfortunately, we will take some damage here. We are channeling lightning each time though. Alright, 12 damage from the enemy in the front and the enemy in the back. Alright, we've gained access to Buffer. Prevent the next 2 times you would lose health. Stack. Gain block equal to the number of cards in your discard. And Rebound. Deal 9 damage. Put the next card you play this turn on top of your draw. Let's go ahead and pick up Buffer. That'll help us out a lot in the future, especially starting out already upgraded. Alright, looks like 21 damage this first turn. Let's go ahead and trade that, see what we get. We've gained Loop. Okay. Let's go ahead and start out with our Hello World. We get Defragment going. Now we have to put out some block here. We are now at half health, so if our health continues to deplete, we will heal for 12 health at the end of the combat. Let's go ahead and get white noise going. Storm. Whenever you play a power card, channel 1 lightning. It's fantastic because we are about to do just that. Get another zap going as well. Let's see what Chaos has to offer. And Frost Cold Snap here. $21 damage again here. We have Seek in the hand. Let's go ahead and pull out. We could pull out Buffer and Charge Battery if we wanted to. I'm instead thinking of pulling Turbo and Buffer here. We'll go ahead and play Buffer into Turbo. Sweeping Beam to draw a card. Fantastic, we got Charge Battery anyway. Gain a little bit of extra block here. Looks like 21 damage. We're going to get 4 block from our Frost. That will put us over the threshold, so he will not be able to damage us. Go ahead and remove his shield there to do 1 damage. We get to keep our Buffer for this turn. We have access to Hologram here. We pull a card from the discard, so I could play Charge Battery here, use Hologram to get additional block, pull it back, play it once again, and then if I were to play Defend here, I'd get 16 total, plus 4 from the Frost. I think it's best to instead use Strike here. We have Buffer to block one of the strikes. Let's go ahead and play Loop. Get our zap going. Alright. We've healed 12 health, gained a Dexterity Potion. Cold Snap upgraded, deal 9 damage to 1 Frost. Recycle Plus, exhaust a card, gain mana equal to its cost. And Ball Lightning. Let's go ahead and pick up Cold Snap here, additional damage plus being able to channel the Frost. You encounter a group of bandits wearing large red masks. Hello. Pay up to pass. A reasonable fee for all your gold will do. Sure. Thanks for the gold. Oh, I love gold. It's so nice. Shiny, shiny chits they are. Hey, Bear, hey. This guy gave us all his gold. What a sucker, right? Get this, I just had to ask nicely. Who knew? I certainly didn't. What a chump. Gang, let's all have a laugh for this wonderful occasion. Ha ha ha. Alright, 57 health going into the next combat here. Pretty good hand to start. I don't think I need to get rid of anything here. Let's go ahead and get our Hello Worlds started. Go ahead and pop Turbo. Auto Shield should take care of the damage. Do we have anything in the draw that we want? Yes, we do. We could pull a Defragment and Loop here. Unfortunately, I only have one Defragment at the moment. I'd love to pull a second one. Could get Static Discharge as well for 2 lightning. I think instead we'll go ahead and pull Loop. Let's get Cold Snap going. That'll help us with channeling some extra block. Incantation to gain strength at the end of every turn. 6 damage incoming from the enemy in the front. We have access to Hologram here, we could pull Turbo. Not a whole lot to really work with this turn. Let's go and play Recursion here. That'll put our Frost out front. Doubling from Loop, we will get 8 block at the start of each turn. Let's go ahead and play a Hologram here. Pull out another Cold Snap for some damage. Alright. Let's go ahead and play Chaos. And another Zap. Damage. Sorry, 16 damage it looks like. We can block all of that. Let's go ahead and play a Static Discharge here. We have a couple of cards here in the draw that are worth picking up. Let's go ahead and play Sweeping Beam. We've gained Strike. Unfortunately not what I was looking for. Let's go ahead and play Stack here. That'll block all of the incoming damage. We've got Go for the Eyes in our hand, as well as Buffer. Let's go ahead and play White Noise here. We've gained yet another Hello World. Charge Battery will help us out next turn. And why not? Let's go ahead and play Buffer. Our next hand is going to be essentially all useless. Whole bunch of Daze cards. Let's go ahead and channel a Lightning here. Stack unfortunately will do us no good because we have nothing in the discard pile. But that's fine, we don't need it anyway. Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. Consume to get some focus. We lose an Orb slot though. Could get another Hologram. Or Barrage plus 6 damage for each channeled orb. I want to go ahead and pick up Consume here. Let's go ahead and Smith. Get that upgraded to 3 focus. Alright. Second boss. I won't be needing auto shields on my first turn. I will keep everything else though. Let's go ahead and get Cold Snap going here. I definitely want to have some block build up. And it does stack with Orichalcum, so Orichalcum will trigger and give me 6, and then Frost will trigger and give me 2. I've gained Seek. Let's go ahead and pull Turbo. Let's start off with Loop here. Pull Turbo. White Noise will give me a random power card, or I can get Static Discharge for 2 Lightning. Play that. Turbo to get Buffer started. Let's go ahead and wear out some of the defense that he would have gained. Let's go ahead and play Distilled Chaos. Let's play the top 3 cards. Alright, we gained some block and channel the Lightning. We now have enough with Steam Barrier here. He's stolen my Chaos card. And he has stolen White Noise. Okay. 16 damage incoming, it looks like. Let's go ahead and get some Frost going again. We have Streamline here. I definitely want to take out the enemy in the back. He has the best card out of the two. We will be getting 6 from Orichalcum and I believe just 4 from our Frost. So that will be 10 total. We would end up taking a little bit of damage here. But playing Defend would be a worse alternative. Dual Cast, that would give me enough block to block everything. However, it would also remove Frost from my front row, so Loop would not trigger Frost to activate at the start of my turn. Let's instead use Strike here. 10 block, I will take 6 damage here. Well, actually I won't, because Buffer will nullify that. Alright, we have access to Sweeping Beam. That will deal 6 damage to all enemies. We also have Charge Battery. Let's go ahead and use Beam Cell to remove the last artifact the boss had. Into Zap for the lightning. We have 19, but we'll get 2 more at the end of the turn, so that will be 21. That unfortunately will not be enough to block everything. If I play Steam Barrier here, we will be at 24, plus 2 is 26. He's going to do 28. Will not be enough. However, we can play Stack after playing Steam Barrier. Or simply Defend. They both would do the same. Alright, we will block the cold damage, so I can save my buffer for later. Eight damage incoming this time. We've gained an additional turbo. Take out the enemy in the back for White Noise. Creative AI. At the start of your turn, add a random power card to your hand. Let's go ahead and do that. We have access to Cool Headed here. That will put our Frost back out front. Hologram. We can pull another card here. Let's go ahead and get Sweeping Beam here. Hopefully I draw something worth having. Dual Cast. No point really in playing a turbo for Strike. $51 damage now coming from the enemy in the back. I've gained yet another loop. I have access to Cold Snap and Rebound. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Dexterity Potion here. Let's go ahead and hit the enemy in the front to give him vulnerable. And let's channel some Frost here. $15 block. We have Heat Sinks in our hand now. Let's go ahead and play that. Whenever you play a power card, draw one. Defragment here, that will give us a card. Consume, unfortunately, I still will not be able to play. Let's go ahead and get a lightning set up here. We are reshuffling our deck into our discard into our deck. We've gained a static discharge. We have 26 damage incoming here. Let's go and play static discharge. We have access to turbo. Let's draw another card here. Fantastic, we got our loop. We have cool-headed. Channel another frost here. Into ball lightning. We have almost enough block to take care of all the damage that we would be receiving here. Let's go ahead and use our strike. Actually, I would rather use recursion here. Getting the frost back out front so it triggers our loop, which is now set to go off 3 times. We block the full damage there. We will now gain 12 block. Let's go ahead and get capacitor going. That'll draw us a card. Hit the boss for vulnerable. Charge battery here for more mana next turn. Could hit with Cold Snap or with Chaos. Let's go with Cold Snap for the extra block. Chaos is nice, but you never know what you're going to get with it. $32 damage it looks like. We've gained Eco Form. Fantastic. Could use Hologram here to pull Turbo back. So let's go ahead and play Eco Form into Hologram. Now we have access to some more nice cards here. We have another Hologram. We could pull yet another card from the discard. Let's go ahead and do that. 2 mana remaining here. Pull Turbo back. We will play Rebound into Turbo, so it goes back into the draw. Let's go ahead and channel another Frost. We have Strike. Might as well play Defend and Stack since I have them. We will block all the damage. 41 blocks still left. Unfortunately, I do not get to keep that. Would be nice. Defragment here is a good play. It will double. No incoming damage, so no need to worry about auto shields here. We have Rebound into Turbo, so I get to keep it for next turn. Didn't actually need it for this turn, but I did want to be prepared. We have 2 Turbos coming to us in our next hand. Nothing worth playing at the moment. Simply discard. $12 attack now. 57 damage incoming. We have another Hello World. What do we want to start our turn off by playing, is the question. Charge Battery, I think, is the best option here. Get double the block. Let's go ahead and play Hello World. We'll get Turbo going. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed here. Beam Cell for the vulnerable. Still, 57 is quite a lot. We'll get 6 block out of that. 50 total, taking 7 damage here. Channel the lightning. 3 lightning, actually. He is dazed. We've gained a defragment here. Let's go ahead and play that. We'll go off twice. Charge Battery. Why not? We'll play another one. And this battle is over. Buffer upgraded. Hyper Beam, 26 damage, but you lose 3 focus, or Reboot. Shuffle all your cards into your draw and draw 4 cards. Why not? Let's pick up another buffer. Snecko Eye, at the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards, but you start combat confused. Frozen Core replaces Cracked Core. If you end your turn with any empty orb slots, channel 1 Frost. That is probably the best option. Gain mana at the start of your turn, future card rewards have 2 less cards to choose from. That is a tough decision, but I think I'm going to go with Frozen Core here for the block. The third act. Alright, we have a couple of options here early on that have shops. We have a shop here as well. We will have no choice, we will have to fight a mini-boss here, regardless of which path we choose. I'm thinking the far left side would be the best option. We have access to the most campfires if we go that way. Let's start here and go through the shop, see what we get. Alright. We have 11 damage incoming here. Let's see if we can't get a turbo. Unfortunately, we did not. Let's go ahead and go with Hello World here. I will gain 1 frost at the end of my turn because of my Frozen Core. Let's go ahead and play Defragment here. We've gained 10 block, that'll block almost everything. 2 dazed cards into the draw. 7 damage coming from the enemy in the back. Let's go ahead and play Loop. Use Ball, Lightning, and Claw. Might as well use Defend here. Don't really need to use this strike. Not enough to play my turbo for anyway. Alright, we have Rebound now in our hand, as well as Seek. Unfortunately, those two do not work in conjunction, as Seek will exhaust at the end of the turn that it is played. Let's go ahead and play Static Discharge. Because it's a power, I don't have to worry about putting it back into my hand. We do still have buffer in the discard pile here. We have White Noise and a buffer in our draw as well. Let's go ahead and play Seek here to pull White Noise and charge Battery. We'll go ahead and play Rebound into charge Battery. White Noise to get Heat Sinks. Damage this time. Let's go ahead and channel a Lightning. Gives us 15 block. Charge Battery for more mana next turn. Why not? Just keep stacking it. Plenty of block here. Double Claw, very nice. Let's go ahead and play Buffer here. Gives us access to strike. Unfortunately, our lightning did not hit the enemy in the middle. That would have been nice. It would have prevented us from getting 2 daze cards. We've gained access to rebound here. All these dazed cards. Let's go ahead and get rid of them. Seven more damage incoming. Let's go and play auto shields. Beam cell for the weak. Unfortunately, my damage from my lightning will not be enough. Go and play defend and stack here, just because. I am an impenetrable fortress. Alright, ball lightning, sweeping beam, and streamline. I like the idea of having more lightning channeling abilities, but having more draw is ideal. Into our first question mark of the 3rd floor. Sensory Stone. Navigating through the beyond, you discover a glowing tesseract, spinning and shifting gently in the air. You touch it. A sharp pain flows through you, followed by vivid flashes of a distant memory. Whose memories are these? 3 options. Gain 1 colorless card, there's no downside. Gain 2, you lose 5 health. Gain 3, you lose 10. Let's go ahead and pick up 2 colorless cards. Apotheosis, very nice. Upgrade all your cards for the rest of combat. Impatience, if you have no attacks in your hand, draw 2. And Deep Breath, shuffle your discard pile into your draw and draw 1 card. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Apotheosis here. That is a very nice card to have. Ah, an upgraded power. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 14 damage to all enemies. That is the best out of all 3 of these, but I will read the others. Thinking ahead, draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile, and Madness. Reduce the cost of a random card to 0 this combat. Serenity. 2 primitive creatures fight over a carcass on the side of the road. You observe, devoid of emotion. Watch, remember, live. This is the Watcher's mission. Recently, one of your peers had stopped reporting on their assignment. A Spire of unknown origin. As the fight ends, you continue onwards, unfazed by the bloody scene that took place. Let's go into the shop here. I won't be able to afford any of the relics, unfortunately, but I will be able to pick up an upgraded storm here. Whenever you play a power card, channel 1 lightning. We have 58 gold still to work with. We could pick up reinforced body to channel block, another streamline, or another rebound. I'm going to go ahead and pick up reinforced body. You never know when you might need the block. Alright, we are going to continue to the left here. Jetting from the chaotic terrain around you, a bony spear surrounds a mysterious glowing object within. While you are curious what lies inside, you notice some sentries keeping an eye on it. If you fight, you get a rare relic, or you can simply leave. Let's go ahead and fight them. As soon as you strike the sphere, sentries spring to life around you. Looks like they are going to start out dealing damage to me here. Looks like 30 damage in total. We have buffer, so let's go ahead and get rid of defend here. I'll get rid of consume as well. We have gained turbo, fantastic. Let's go ahead and start out with our hello worlds. Unfortunately, I should have played storm first. Was not thinking. Let's go ahead and get static discharge and buffer into place. We've channeled one Frost. Perhaps it was better that I didn't play Storm first, so that way I got the Frost out of that. 18 damage from the enemy in the front, 13 from the enemy in the back. Okay, let's go ahead and play this. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 14 damage to all enemies. Go for the eyes on the enemy in the front to weaken him. We can use Hologram to pull a card from the discard here. Let's go ahead and pull a block card. We only need one more card for our ability to go off, so let's go ahead and play Turbo here. Cold Snap to channel some more Frost. And we have full block. Alright. 32 damage incoming. White noise to get a power card. The fragment that will trigger our lightning. Let's go ahead and weaken the enemy in the front again, down to 12 damage. Loop. Charge battery for more mana next turn. Let's go ahead and get the extra block. Alright, so that puts us at 22 block here. We will take a little bit of damage. The enemy in the back has been defeated. We have access to defragment once again. Could play Reinforced Body here to block all damage. I'm going to go ahead and play defragment first. Sweeping Beam. Let's channel another lightning, and that'll do it. We've gained Duvu Doll. For each curse in your deck, start each combat with 1 strength. We have 1 curse in the deck already. Gain a skill potion. Darkness, upgraded. Channel 1 Dark. Trigger the passive ability of all dark orbs. Cool-headed. Channel 1 Frost, draw 2 cards. Or Equilibrium Plus, gain 16 block and retain your hand this turn. So that is actually a very nice card to have. I do think I want Cool-Headed instead, though, for the option to draw 2 additional cards. That plays in better with our current build. Winding Halls. As you slowly make your way up the twisting pathways, you constantly find yourself losing your way as the walls and ground seem to inexplicably shift before your eyes. The constant whispering voices in the back of your head aren't helping things either. Passing by a structure you are certain you have previously seen, you start to question if you are going insane, or if the impossible geography of this place is starting to get to you. You need to change something, and soon. That's what the voices say anyway, and why would they lie? Receive 2 madness to lose 11 health. Become cursed with Writhe, heal 23, or lose 5 max health. Let's go ahead and get our 2 madness here for 11 health. Something in you cracks. Only the truly mad can understand a place like this. So you give in to the chattering voices and continue on with a new perspective. Things do seem to make so much more sense now. Into the fire here. Let's go ahead and rest here. That'll put us back almost at full health for the mini-boss. Alright. We definitely want to try to get access to some more power cards. But it would also be nice to have access to some more mana. With us having 29 cards in the draw pile and only 2 of those being mana generating cards, I don't like our odds. So I am Going to keep Steam Barrier just in case. We've gained a Madness. Alright, let's play Hello World. Go ahead and play the other Hello World. Let's go ahead and play White Noise here. Get our loop started. We've gained a skill card here. I could use Hologram to pull Strike if I wanted to. We can channel one Darkness. Let's go ahead and do that. And we will get Steam Barrier started as well. 6 block there. Take 1 damage from the enemy in the front and 9 from the enemy in the back. We now have 1 more blade to deal with. Big damage coming. Let's go ahead and get Defragment going. We can weaken the boss and the enemy in the front. Channel another lightning here. We have access to Hologram here. We can pull another card from the discard. Unfortunately, I will only have 1 mana remaining after I do that. And then it would be a 50-50 whether I got Consume or Defend at a 0 cost if I tried to pull Madness. Could pull another Go for the Eyes, try to reduce the damage. I think that is the best option here. Get another Defend going. Let's see. We have weakness on the front 2, 25 coming from the one in the back. Let's go ahead and weaken him. 14 block now. This is going to hurt. $25 damage now coming from the enemy in the back. I do have enough damage to remove him. Cool-headed. We could draw 2 cards and cross our fingers that we draw a turbo. Channeling the Frost would be worth it though, I think. Static Discharge. That is a power card, so we'll channel Lightning from that. Unfortunately, that will remove all of my options here for defense. 5 damage for each channeled orb. That would be enough to remove the enemy in the back, I do believe. Alright, 1 more enemy to worry about here. Let's go ahead and get this power card started. Now we need to play 5 cards each turn. We have Charge Battery here to get some blocks started. Let's go ahead and play Hologram here, and we will pull Charge Battery back. That gives us 23, plus 4 from our Frost. Block the enemy in the front. I will take 8 damage though. $30 damage now from the enemy in the front. We have gained a turbo and buffer. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and play buffer here. Trigger our lightning. Let's go ahead and go sweeping beam. We have seek now. Could pull reinforced body if we wanted to. That would block all the damage. We also have access to Hologram. We can pull something from the discard. Let's go ahead and pull another Charge Battery. That'll help us on the next turn. We also have Loop in there. Go ahead and play that. Now let's go ahead and use Turbo here. That'll kill the enemy in the back. 30 damage incoming. We can go ahead and hit Seek. We have 2 mana left to work with. We'll pull another Turbo, as well as Madness. Let's go ahead and use Madness. That will reduce Chaos to a 0 cost every time it comes around. Let's go ahead and use that. Channel a Mana and Darkness Orb. Unfortunately, auto shields will not help us here. Only if I have no block will it take effect. The passive effect of Plasma is I gain mana at the start of my turn. So let us go ahead and evoke my Lightning. I want the Plasma out front for the effects of Loop. $24. Unfortunately, I will have to use one of my buffers here. 26 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and use Recursion here to get the Darkness Orb out front. Get some damage for each channeled orb. We have access to 5 mana. That will be 35 block. That should be more than enough to contend with this enemy. $22 damage, it looks like, on, well, just went up to 30 on the Dark Orb here. Let's go ahead and weaken this enemy. We'll get cool-headed up. I'll deal some damage. We've got another buffer. Alright, unfortunately I will be a little short. Let's go ahead and use Lightning here. And we can dual cast our next orb to get some additional mana and deal damage. Whetstone. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. Both of them are strikes. Could get another auto shield, another cool-headed, or another turbo. That is a no-brainer for me. Let's go into our next bonfire here and heal. Put us back just above half health. Into the chest here. Shuriken. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Alright, we have another fire. We do have 4 enemies coming up, so I will be healing here. 82 out of 90 health. 1 enemy here, looks like 92 health. And 10 damage incoming. We have access to a turbo here in our starting hand. I can't think of anything better to have. Go ahead and start out with Storm. Turbo will give us access to that, which I should have played right after Storm. Unfortunately, I did not. Defragment here into Seek. Let's go ahead and pull White Noise. And we can also pull Static Discharge. White Noise will give us another Storm. And Static Discharge will now trigger 2 lightning. And the enemy is now down to 23 health on the first turn. I will take 4 damage here, but that will effectively finish the fight. Alright, go for the eyes. We have upgraded. FTL, deal 6 damage. If you've played less than 4 cards, draw 1. And it is a 0 cost. Or Recursion. Let us go ahead and pick up, go for the eyes here. The 2 weak that card would apply will come in handy, I'm sure. 170 health here on this enemy. I will not need Consume, Cast, or Steam Barrier. Honestly, I don't think I'll need Hologram either. Alright, we've gained access to Madness, as well as Chaos. I'm going to go ahead and play Storm Plus here into both Hello Worlds. We channel our Frost, and we are now full on orbs. At the end of your turn, take 10 damage. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start out with our power card here. Let's go ahead and charge battery for some block. Channel a lightning. Channel a frost. We now have turbo here in our hand. Let's go ahead and play sweeping beam to draw a card. Gained a defend. Will not be needing that per se, but I will let you go ahead and use that for recursion. And let's play another strike. And why not? We have defend in our hand, might as well play it. $16 damage incoming here. We have gained static discharge and defragment, both of which will channel lightning. We have turbo now. 2 of them actually. So we can play cold snap. Turbo to get streamline out. And that's all we'll be able to do. Unfortunately, going to take 15 damage here. Channeling 2 lightning though. Down to 13 health. Go for the eyes. Play white noise, see what power we get. Go and play loop. And that's it. Boot sequence. Gain 13 block. Beam cell. 3 damage, 1 vulnerable, or darkness. Channel 1 dark. Let's go ahead and pick up boot sequence here. Can't hurt to have some additional block. 3 enemies to contend with. Enemy in the middle will blow up, so definitely want to take him out quickly. I don't necessarily need Madness in my hand, or Strike. Hopefully I get something worth having. Loop. If only I had 1 additional mana to work with. Let's go ahead and weaken the enemy in the middle. Down to 6. Let's go ahead and play Storm here. We'll get our powers working for us. Boot sequence here to block the incoming damage. A couple of dazed cards into the draw. $16 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and play a static discharge here. Into white noise for loop. Now we have turbo to work with. Deal 8 damage. Draw 1 card for each unique orb you have. I currently have 2. Let's go ahead and play chaos, see what happens. Unfortunately, that made things worse. Okay. And a strike. Fantastic. Hopefully we get lucky with our lightning here. Fantastic. Now we will block all the incoming damage. Gained 3 frail though. That will reduce the amount of block that we ourselves can apply to ourselves. Let's go ahead and use cold snap here. And vulnerable. Okay, we have buffer here we could use. Now, do I have anything in my hand draw that would give me mana? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and use Seek here. We will pull Turbo. And Defragment. So we would be looking at 10 block if we played Reinforced Body. Let's go ahead and do that. And then 4 from a Frost. We will only lose 1 buffer here. Another hologram. Let's go ahead and play Zap. I'm going to go ahead and use hologram here to pull our Turbo back. Let's go ahead and play that. Let's go ahead and use Madness. That made our Streamline cost 0. Why not? Let's play another buffer for more lightning. And this should end the fight. 3 Thorns. Melter. Remove all block from the enemy and deal 14 damage. Reinforced Body for more block. With the enemy we're about to go up against, I think it's worth having more block. This enemy will change its intent every time it is attacked, starting out with 10 damage. Let's go ahead and get rid of Madness and Consume. Hologram, okay. Start out with Storm here, into Hello World. We have access to 13 block here. Too frail and too vulnerable. 22 damage incoming. We have access to Seek. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and pull the cards we will need here. I'm going to go ahead and pull a Turbo. We have lots of 1-cost cards here. I'm actually going to pull both Turbos. Let's go ahead and channel our Frost. We'll deal some damage with our Strike. Get our Turbo going. We have Hologram here. We can pull Buffer from our discard. Let's go ahead and play another Turbo right after Sweeping Beam. Let's see what we get. Reinforced Body. Wonderful. We will need that. We now have 2 mana. That would give us 14. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, I will end up using a buffer here. So let's go ahead and simply play what we have. Alright, 15. Alright, we've gained our power that will deal damage every time we play 5 cards in a turn. Let's go ahead and do that now. Get another buffer going. 15 damage incoming, and I'm going to block all of it. Enemy down to 99 health. Alright, charge battery here. White noise. Let's go ahead and get our loop going again. Static discharge. Let's go ahead and get some blocks started. That'll give us mana next turn as well. We have 20 cards in the discard. We need 1 more card to trigger our ability. That will deal 14 damage. Wonderful. And we have a full block. $30 damage coming our way now. Go ahead and play Defragment here. Trigger some lightning. Cool-headed here for some frost. Into our loop. I don't have anything that will cause mana in the draw. I'm going to gain 4 block here if I play a card. If I don't, I will gain 6 from Orichalcum and 4 block here. That will block the first strike. So let me go ahead and channel a lightning. $15 damage incoming. That works out better. I get to save one of my buffers that I would have otherwise spent. 26 damage on the enemy. Let's go ahead and weaken him. $34 cards in the discard. Let's evoke our next orb twice, and that'll do it. Focus potion for 2 focus. Oh, another defragment. Wonderful. Stacking those power cards. Going into the boss fight here, I definitely want to heal myself. We're up to 86. Alright. This enemy, you can only play a maximum of 12 cards before he ends your turn automatically. Starting out looks like 21 damage. Alright. Definitely want to keep Reinforced Body in our hand just in case. Let's go ahead and start out with Storm into our Hello Worlds. Get another zap going. Boot sequence. That'll give us 13. And let's go ahead and give ourselves Thorns. And while we're at it, let's give ourselves some focus too. Took 8 damage there. Unavoidable, unfortunately. Alright, we do not have any shields on us at the moment. Looking at 21 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and start out with auto shields here. Into defragments. We can channel 1 Frost and draw a card, or gain 9 block. Let's go ahead and gain the block. We will now take 1 damage instead of 10. Alright. 4 more cards can be played before he ends my turn for me. So I think we play Turbo here. Charge battery. I can do 2 streamlines and that would end my turn. Let's actually play Defend first. And then Streamline. $13 damage. I only took about half of that. Half of his total. We have 4 mana to work with, 2 on Turbo. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll use Apotheosis to upgrade all of our cards. Chaos, we can channel 2. Let's go ahead and use Sweeping Beam to draw a card. Another Turbo, fantastic. Won't need it though. Strike here. Gain 6 from Orichalcum and 6 from Frost. We will take quite a bit of damage here. That puts us almost at half health. Let's go ahead and play Static Discharge into Buffer. 28 damage incoming. No point in playing Steam Barrier here. We lose 1 of our buffers, and we draw 1 less card at the start of this turn. We can play 5 cards here. It's definitely worth using Seek here to pull this card. I don't have any anything in my immediate hand that would give me mana. I could use hologram to pull a card, but that would take one additional card away from me. Let's go ahead and pull those two. White noise. We've gained creative AI. At the start of your turn, add a random power card to your hand. And we've gained defragment as well. Let's go ahead and play defragment here. That'll channel one lightning for us. We have one card left that we can play. Have to choose between upgraded loop and creative AI. Let's go with creative AI. Alright, 27 health remaining. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed here to draw a card. Gained Steam Barrier. Let's go ahead and play Hologram. See what we can get out of the discard pile. Don't have a lot of draw. I could pull another Cool-Headed for 2 more draw. Let us... Madness is upgraded now to 0 cost, so it will make a card 0 cost and cost nothing to play. So that is a good pickup. Also get a loop here. I've only played one card thus far, so we still have 11 left that we could play. Let me go ahead and get some more blocks started. Go ahead and channel a Frost here. Go for the eyes, unfortunately won't do much. Let's get another loop going. Deal 10 damage here. And damage is damage, might as well. We have 5 cards left that we can play next turn. He's now healed himself to half. 33 damage incoming. We have access to buffer and go for the eyes. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get our buffer started. We have 1 mana left to work with. We have another static discharge. And a hologram as well. 3 cards left that we can play. We don't have anything in the discard pile that's worth using hologram to pull. Let's go ahead and use static discharge here. I should be able to block the full amount of damage simply with my frost. .24 damage incoming. We have another static discharge to work with. The more power cards I play, the better. Unfortunately, I only have 1 mana for some reason. Okay. Well, we only have 1 card left that we can play. We might as well play Steam Barrier. We'll be able to block the first 2 hits with our armor and the 3rd hit with our buffer. 32 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and get our capacitor activated into turbo. The charge battery started. Cool-Headed. Beam set up to weaken. Alright. Compile driver to draw a card for each unique orb we have. We do have some cards in the draw pile that would be worth pulling. So let's go ahead and do that. We pulled a hologram. We could use that to pull Turbo. Unfortunately, it was an unupgraded Turbo, so I will only get 2 mana instead of 3. But we can still work with that. We pulled Streamline, 22 damage. I have 2 cards left that I can play on my next turn. I'm going to gain 8 block here. I will still take damage no matter what I do. Let's go ahead and evoke our next orb twice. That will lower his health quite a bit. Alright. The boss in Act 3 is defeated. Thump, thump, thump. A deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is the heart of the Spire the source of this evil? You charge your core to its maximum. You deal 677 damage. The heart squirms and bleeds, but is ultimately still pounding. Are your mightiest attacks not enough? You ask yourself, have I been here before? The heart pulses louder and louder as your consciousness begins to fade. A sudden burst of energy emanates from inside you, jolting you awake. The heart retreats upwards. A large door is revealed in its place. Let's approach the door, and we'll use our key to open it. Let's go ahead and go into the fire here. We can upgrade a card. If we upgrade Apotheosis, it will only cost 1. We have Reinforced Body as well for 9 block. We can upgrade Madness to cost 0. Sweeping Beam to do more damage. Well, let's go ahead and pick up Apotheosis upgraded. Having it cost 2 is sort of rough for what it does. Alright, into the shop. Not a lot of money to work with here. I do have enough for Happy Flower. I also have enough for Capacitor. That is tricky because Happy Flower is very nice for the extra mana, but Capacitor would help us out a lot with our playstyle. We also have the Abacus. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain 6 block. Well, with us having 41 cards, we probably won't shuffle it a lot. Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 1 this turn. Let's go ahead and pick up Happy Flower. See what happens. Alright, into the mini-boss. Alright. We definitely want to keep Turbo in the starting hand here. This is actually a pretty good hand that we've come up with. 3 mana on the first 3 cards. You can play Turbo into Apotheosis and Chaos. Or I can play Apotheosis first and use Turbo to get the additional mana out of that. But I don't have really many cards to work with as far as extra mana would go, so it wouldn't matter either way. Let's keep this starting hand here. We're going to go ahead and play Apotheosis and Turbo. Storm into double Hello World. Let's go ahead and do Chaos and Boot Sequence. I won't be able to block the full amount of damage here, but that's okay. Down to 75 health. We've got 30 damage coming from the enemy in the front. I have access to Buffer here, as well as another Turbo. That gives us 3 mana to work with. go ahead and strike here. And let's play defend. Unfortunately, I will come up just a little short. That used up both of my buffers. 51 damage coming from the enemy behind me. Let's go ahead and play the power card here. We'll go ahead and use our buffer as well. Channel an additional lightning. We don't have any shields at the moment, so auto shields will give us 15 block. And 2 charge batteries. That puts me at 29 block. Unfortunately, the enemy behind me will strike first, which will use up one of my buffers. We've gained 2 burn cards in the discard. We now have 5 mana to work with. No damage incoming from either side. Let's go ahead and attack the enemy in front of us here. Channel 1 Frost. Madness will make a card cost 0 this turn, or this combat. We could go ahead and push Streamline to a 0 cost here. I'll play my Defend and Recursion. Use my Madness on Streamline. I don't necessarily need Reinforced Body, but we'll go ahead and use it because it's in our hand. 19 cards left in the draw. 2 strength on both enemies. 36 damage coming from in front of me, 21 from behind me. Definitely want to stay facing the direction that we are facing. We've gained Capacitor here. We have Consume, which would give us 3 focus. Let's go ahead and do that. We have Seek. We could pull a card from the draw here. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of mana to work with. Would be nice if I had Turbo. We can deal 6 damage and channel 1 Frost, or play Defend for the 8, but I think Orichalcum would be better with Cold Snap. Do I have anything in the draw that costs 0 that's worth using? I could pull a Madness and go for the eyes, and that's what I think I'll do. Madness and go for the eyes. Let's go ahead and weaken the enemy in front of me. Ah, he had... okay. Unfortunately, that made Defend cost 0. That was the worst of the 3 cards for what I'm planning to do. We have 16 block now. This is going to hurt. Alright, we have a couple of options here. I'm going to go ahead and use Go for the Eyes to turn around, so it reduces the damage the enemy would deal. Let's go ahead and play Static Discharge into Defragment. In my discard I have a Turbo. Let's go ahead and use Hologram to pull that. Alright, Cold Snap to channel another Frost. And then Turbo into Reinforced Body. That'll fully block all incoming damage. Which is good because I did not have the health to withstand much more from him. 46 health on the one behind me and 42 on the one in front of me. Let's go ahead and... if I use Sweeping Beam here, I will end up drawing either Dual Cast or Strike, neither of which would be particularly good for me. Let's go ahead and play Cool Headed here to draw 2 cards, and then I will play Sweeping Beam to draw 1 additional. Hopefully it's a good one. Charge Battery for 7 block. We're going to get 6 automatically at the end of the turn, but Charge Battery will at least give me 1 mana for my following turn. I could also go with Defragment for 2 focus. That would give me additional block. Okay, I need to turn myself around here to decrease the damage the enemy behind me would deal. It is now down to 18. We're looking at 12 from Frost here. So that should be a full block here. Let's go ahead and dual cast our front orb. Alright, and that is all we can do for now. We have quite a bit of block built up already. Alright, we unfortunately did draw a burn card, so we will take 2 damage at the end of the turn. Let's go play Zap here. We've gained Go for the Eyes. Let's go ahead and weaken the enemy in front of us. He's down to 30 damage. Alright. Unfortunately, we will not be able to survive this. Oh, actually, because he struck me, that channeled just enough armor to make this work. Alright, down to 30 health on the last remaining enemy here. Let's go ahead and use Cold Snap. Go ahead and use Rebound, and that will finish it off. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 mana. That is not ideal for me because I don't do that a lot. Aggregate, gain mana for every 3 cards in your draw pile. That is fantastic, we'll then pick that up. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, we are going to go into the final battle. The battle against the heart. Not in an ideal situation at 1/3 health. Let's see, we have Seek in our starting hand, that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and get rid of our Strike and Dual Cast here. I will take 1 damage for each card that I play. Let's go ahead and get set up here. Let's pull our upgraded turbo, as well as static discharge. Alright, you are limited on the amount of damage you can deal to the boss. You can only do up to 300 damage each turn. 60 damage incoming from the boss here. Let's go ahead and play Defend. Unfortunately, I don't think I have much to work with. Alright, well, let's go ahead and play Apotheosis here to upgrade Streamline. We have Defragment here. Go ahead and use Turbo, so we can play everything in our hand. Since we won't survive the turn anyway, might as well deal as much damage as we can. Alright, and unfortunately we have been defeated. I wasn't prepared for this. Alright. Alright, that brings us to the end of today's playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a lot. Or if you're watching from Twitch, please feel free to toss me a follow. Keep an eye out for more. I do stream 5 times a week, usually between 8:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. EST. So please feel free to drop by. Alright, until next time.